Hi, it's Noel Miller from Design Fitness, and we're talking about the other side of fitness. Now, it's very important to understand why you're coming to fitness. And generally, we can split this into two categories. When most people come to the gym to work out or to do whatever activity, the most likely option is either you're there for fitness or you're there for health. Better said, you're there for performance or you're there for restoration. It seems kind of interesting, right? We have to split it very carefully because there is a huge difference in their approach. We're going to talk more about when you're there for health because 95% of people are there for health and just see it as there for performance. Now, when you're looking at exercise based on this, going to the gym for health, you have to realize the purpose then of the exercise is not to make things stronger or faster or bigger. The idea is to restore the body in a way that it starts taking in information for itself and starts kind of interacting more completely with the environment that it's in. Therefore, exercise alone is not going to cut it. You will also need therapy. When a muscle is tight and restricted, the movement is limited. Therefore, the information going into or being received by the muscle is limited. And because this muscle is tight, it has changed the mechanics of the movement. This distorted movement or shifting energy in the muscles, signified by what your body needs to make it move, what it's decided to compensate and create the same movement from, is also going to be resisting the education of the muscle. It's better to think of this education as kind of the complete interaction of the muscle through the process, some of which you're conscious of, because in order to be able to take in the information, you first have to be conscious of it and be able to kind of communicate with it, correspond. So if you had a tight Achilles tendon or back of the ankle, back of the ankle, then it'll be said that you'll be walking more on your toes. And most people do this, women in high heels, so on and so forth, and they don't even notice. That means that there's a lack of information. They should know that they're on their toes and not on their heels, and that this stress will cause changes in their movement and therefore educate the body incorrectly. Now, if we're going to do this whole health restoration thing properly, you should know that when the body is in balance, it's strong and adaptive and capable of doing many things without injury. When it's not, then you can perform and injury will occur because the communication is off with the muscles, if you want to say something. So it's better that when we're going to be addressing the other side of fitness and the things that we can do, we address the muscle in a way to allow it to take in the most amount of information possible, which means also educating the person that's using the muscle to what's happening with it, as well as allowing them to challenge their style of movement just through everyday life, not through the specific design of one exercise, because again, that's not very informative as a communication or to the muscle, because it's too logical. The body takes in more information from the right side of the brain than the left, and therefore giving it an experience is way more powerful. If you create what it should feel like, is better than saying these are the steps to it. And I think this is a very, very, very powerful way of looking at it that has not been really explored and would be a great contributing factor to the prolonged health and balance of us aging and in us interacting with our environment. The challenges when we get older are not particularly of the fact that we're aging, but in the body's restriction to be able to communicate with its environment. We can say that if you're not great at communicating, the chances of you falling are a lot higher because your body's not registering that information. Whereas if you're younger and your body wasn't as stiff, and you have better muscle quality based on different things, you'd just be able to step and catch your balance. You'll be able to grab onto something and catch your balance. You should not be falling, period. You should be able to have the awareness of yourself to catch yourself. And it's not that crazy to think, because not everybody who's past a certain age falls. Why is this? So keep that in mind. I think it's very good to think about. And again, your questions are always welcome. And you can email in designfitness.ca, and I'll be happy to look into your questions further.